A pleasant good afternoon. It's a Thursday, the last edition of the Bumper Show here on ELBC Radio and many other radio stations around Liberia, particularly in Bong County. 20 days past July 2023, and we have July 20 presidential candidates, and of course, the Bumper Show comes here every 4 o'clock Monday to Thursday. My name is Isaac Red. When I come back, I will give you a gist of some trending issues, introduce our studio guests, and definitely go into the show. Get ready, get set. Let's move on. Welcome back to the Bumper Show. My guest today is the Honorable Henry W. Karfiah, District 5. Edward. Oh, I said Henry. I'm missing you for, sorry. I'm corrected. Edward Karfiah, a close friend to former Senator Henry Yala. So. Well, UNDP pushes for mechanized farming in Liberia. The UNDP says it will help the government of Liberia for mechanized farming. Liberia consumes more rice than Nigeria and Ghana. Who says so? The World Population Report says horse passes 2023 recast budget at 759.4 million days after rejecting President Weah's request. Chief Zanzan Kao to serve as this year's Independence Day orator. The chairman of the National Council of Chiefs and Elders, Chief Zanzan Kao, is selected to be the orator for this year's 176th Independence Anniversary. Liberia Police Regional Commander assigned in Grand Juda County dies in fire incident. Sorry for that. Liberia National Police, 1,030 politicians chasing 90 vacancies as NEC releases provisional list. Of course, one of those pressing of the 130 politicians chasing the office is Edward W. Karfiah. He's already in the studios here. He came, I must commend him, came quite a good bit of time before the show could start, and I like people to do that. GSC conducts physical verification audit at the CSA. These are trending issues in Liberia, and we have 20 presidential candidates on this 20th day of July. I'd like to say good afternoon and welcome to the, I go right on to my guest, Honorable Karfiah. Good afternoon, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be at EFBC again.
I need a technician. What? My microphone sounds better. All right, sorry. You need to. It wasn't on. Sit down.
I say thank you for having me here, and it's a privilege to be at EFBC again.
Our sympathy for the loss of your colleague.
Yes, the Honorable Hens Bachu.
Both of you guys elected the same year?
Yes, indeed.
2011, and then took office 2012.
Yes.
How much you miss him?
Been a tough time. My brother was in and out, challenged with his health since the 54th. He was part of the leadership in the 53rd, and deputy speaker, and starting point in time as acting speaker. Then, of course, we transitioned to the 54th, but then his health began to deteriorate. And over the time,
was there any sound that he was going to leave you, or he was active?
You couldn't really see that because he went down this route in the 53rd, but then he made it crossover in the 54th, and then we tend to see him come again. So we didn't know that this was coming. He have left the country to go for his medical outside of the country. He came in. Then, unfortunately, we saw.
Well, I remember the last time you got struck by death was Monampelum and Monampelum. Oh, sorry for that. I hope you're off the camera. Monampelum and Nanguslaw.
Yes,
was the last time you got struck by.
So
here, BC Radio. On a side note, we all missed Hans Bashu.
Yes.
How's Bong County, sir?
Bong County is good. Bong County is thriving. No one stands outside of the culture they grow in. The country is challenged in terms of whatever you call it, but livelihood is a challenge. You have global connection to that. And the economic situation is pressing. Though our economy is growing, but the household is suffering. There's need that we get into the productive sector so that we break outside of the cycle of poverty and create more jobs, more income, and then we will see resurgence of the vibrant Liberian economy that once was here in the 70s and 80s.
But Bong County is an agricultural county, and when you talk about providing jobs, everybody can work for government. So how have you been involved with creating jobs? What in the private sector? What have you been doing? You've been at the legislature since 2012. So how much have you put into creating jobs in the private sector?
Of course, today as I speak to you, I'm impressed with Piro at my farm. I got a rubber farm around almost 100 to 200 acres. The guys that work there, I slowed down with that because the price slumped. So I've been owing for a couple of months. I've been paying, but this 26, you have two festive seasons in the country: 26 and Christmas. No one's will spare.
So what are you selling around now?
Well, you have to pay. You gotta pay. So I'm already somebody are listening. They know that I'm impressed with them. I have to pay before the 26th. So that's how we started since 2012. Up to today's date, we are still paying.
Putting bread on table?
Yes, indeed.
I've been monitoring your page and getting information about something other than rubber. Orange? You say you're going to turn Bong County orange? What do you mean by that?
Of course,
Orange County.
Of course, yes. That's the vision we have. And a leader without vision is like you are here walking around the town. Asa will leave his house in Banga and say, I want to walk around Banga City. It doesn't mean you have somewhere you're going. You could just be walking around the community because you have friends, you want to talk to them. But if you have a mission, that means you got somewhere you're going. And that's what you call vision. And my vision for Bong County is that we should be able to go do sustainable livelihood programs. And that's why we came in with orange. We look at different crops.
Orange now as the cellular company now. Orange.
No. I'm talking about sweet orange, fresh fruits.
I don't want to clarify for our audience.
That's what we're doing. Not orange Liberia. We're talking about that citrus fruit that you see in the market that can be sold and people can buy. And Bong County has a history. You and I grew up there. You know about the BCADPs that's offered thousands of jobs, direct and indirect, in the 80s up to the 90s. And people started on a slow pace. They say people doing cocoa and people took it fun. Today, I'm saying, I don't know how we got the name, we got the orange color. But I think it's something that could connect. We want to grow orange. And we have seedlings that we have brought from outside the country, seeds we brought from outside the country. We have several nurseries across the county, whether from cocoa, spending from cocoa all the way to Sanoye to farmer. We started distribution of seedlings from Sanoye 2 weeks ago. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks ago. They started before they last. We were there. We distributed the orange and we left. This one week, we also distributed some oranges. Yesterday, Tuesday, we were in Tokpaipo also distributing oranges on people who provide services for the community, like the CHA in the health sector, the CHAs, the CHVs, and CHC.
So what do you do with orange? You buy the seedlings or you buy the seeds and plant them yourself, or you give to people? What is it? What the whole orange thing about?
Thank you so much. If you look in the Liberian economy, you find out that you find out that most of the consumables we have here, whether fruits or whatever, comes from outside the country, which gave us a negative trade balance. Whether it's beans, whether it's peanuts, whether it's pepper, most time we bring it from outside the country. You see truckloads of beans coming from Guinea, coming to Liberia. Those long trailers you see coming, those are beans, but those are peanuts coming from outside the country. On the flip side, which when you're talking about orange, you go from Sierra Leone in around September, October, November to December up to January, February, almost all the oranges you see in the street come from Sierra Leone.
I saw people bring orange to Sierra Leone. I was surprised. In Swakopmund Market.
Of course, you take it from Sierra Leone, transport it, and bring it to sell in Swakopmund Market. What is it that we're doing? That's a paradox of who we are. You have a fertile soil, but then on an uninterested population who thinks that they can only buy that instead of growing it themselves, producing it themselves, consuming it. If we cannot grow what we eat, how will we survive as an economy? Any economy that tends to import everything has a negative trade balance. It's like you earning less and spending more. So you are always in deficit, you are in debt. I think it's like you earned maybe $50 a year as your salary. But you need to send your children to school, you need to pay hospital bill, you need to buy food, and all of those accumulate into maybe $150. But you earn only $50. So what will it be like? You are in deficit all year round. Liberia brings in almost everything that we consume.
Yeah, I was shocked to see orange.
So we bring in orange, we bring in beans, we bring in everything. So our quest is we brought in the seeds. Some of it we brought from Sierra Leone initially, but then the Ghanaian breed is better than what we get from Sierra Leone. So we have to go into Ghana, we brought in over 1 million seeds. Some of it didn't survive because of the harsh weather in the dry, but some of it survived. So we have around 300,000 to 400,000 seedlings right now.
Do you give it to people?
We are giving out more. We are giving it. We're doing. Our plan is to do 4 years because the breed we bring in is 3 to 4 years best.
So anybody listening to you now, whether in Bong County or Nima or Sino, can ask you for some of the oranges, the seeds, so that you.
There's not enough right now.
But we need a lot of Karfiahs.
Of course,
and we have a lot of oranges in different counties.
I'm talking to my colleagues.
All right.
Most of my colleagues, I've shared this vision with them. I have one of the nursery right on the Impala, right along the road. Near the quota. Many people stop over there and see. So many people, maybe some of them might be listening and they have stopped over and see the nursery we had there, and they can attest to it that they have asked that we give them some.
Okay.
Because they know that this orange bear twice a year is biannual. So there's a guy in Secretary, a Ghanaian guy who came from Ghana. He went there, he married to a Liberian lady. They have the orange there. It bears all year round. Sometimes they put it on nursery, the bulk graphic, they sell it for $5 or 2 for $5. 2 seedlings for $5.
Wow.
Or even more. So we have these seedlings, hundreds of thousands of them, and we are distributing to farmers in Bong now.
Oh,
we started 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks ago, and we are continuing with that.
This is ALBC Bomba Show. You're listening. I see a lot of messages coming in. It's too early. We'll not take your message now. We'll open the lines for you to call in later on the show, or you will read your messages. I know how anxious you are. We're on the orange conversation of Honorable Edward W. Karfiah. Your name came up from NEC on the provisional listing, Senator, for Bong County?
Of course, yes.
What different you want to make? We're done with the orange. Those of you listening, I'm sure you took note. You can ask your question about the orange thing later on.
Talk about the orange. The orange is part of a package that we name and star the Triple R.
Triple R. Yeah. So you're going to your vision now for Bong County.
You said what different? Yeah, and that's the different I'm trying to talk about.
What your vision is now? What's happening now that you see?
Thank you.
Go beyond representative.
I became representative in 2011. 2012, actually. We elected October 10, 2011, took seat January 2012. And those times have taught me, from my first term to my second term, when I campaigned, my legislative agenda was about education, was about role, was about livelihood programs. But then in April of 2012, I went across the district. I found that my priority was slightly different from the people. In terms of ranking, the scale of preference, they put clean water first. But I was putting education first. But when I went around, I found out that they needed clean water as compared to education. That's what they said to me in terms of the survey at the baseline survey at the April of 2012. So we started the water project. Then we continue with education. As I speak to you, in terms of education, we have graduated for the last 12 years. We have graduated thousands of.
You achieving a water project?
Of course, yes.
You made some impact.
In fact, up to today's day, we are still doing it.
Your impacts are on the grounds?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Different villages where people were drinking from creeks, they now have clean water.
Clean water.
Boreholes.
Okay.
While we are transitioned from boreholes, if you go to Banga today, you put it in here and there. You go to Banga today, you will find out we're doing boreholes right now in terms of drilling wells.
Around Banga.
Drill wells. Today, as I speak to you, we're in the Kula Village community on the Methodist compound. We just moved to around your area in the Basa community.
But that's not my area. Basa, man. I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Okay.
But the home used to be around Basa community.
No problem.
So we moved to Basa community. As I speak to you, we are drilling right now in Basa community. So that water well thing continue with me from 2012 to today. I'm on it.
Okay.
If you go to Sanoye, you see tens, if not in the 20s wells I'm doing. I've just
So then how come somebody would say Karfiah has done nothing?
If we have the time, I can start with you from former.
You think that's politics?
Of course, it has to be politics. Because if you are to give me the chance for me to start to tell you what I've achieved in District 5 from 2012 to now, you'll be amazed. In terms of human resource development, we are the champions. In the last graduation from Coditon, we graduated 13 graduates. Some of them at master level. Some of them at BSc level. 13. The last graduation.
100%, 50%, 30%.
We gave some of them, we gave them 420.
Okay.
Which is around 12 credit. Some 560.
So they're almost 100%.
Of course, yes. So that's what we've done from 2012 and now. I told you the last graduation, we graduated 13% from the list. We have around 200 plus this one semester, according to.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say to you, we have had experiences that have taught us lessons. That's how the vision came about. I felt that giving out things to people, giving them like the handouts. We gave cement, we gave zinc to people, to communities. Was good, yes. But it's better to do livelihood programs that are sustainable. That's why I brought in the triple hour that I was trying to talk about. So the orange thing is just part of the triple hour. And when I went across the country, starting from 2021 March, after 1 year, the baseline survey I did across the county, which I've named and started in Nakaeka. You know about Nakaeka, when you go to Bong County, those who are listening to me in Bong County know what about Nakaeka. It's a socio-economic tools that we use to get into the community, to find out what the community need is. And then we came to realize that most of the issues are around poverty. So the best we can do is to find sustainable livelihood program that can allow them to produce and then earn their own money, because simple elementary economics tells you that if you are in a cycle of poverty, unless you produce, you will remain in that cycle and you will never get out. The way to break us out of the cycle of poverty is to produce. And that's why we say we must do a sustainable livelihood program where we're doing beans with Remy. If you look, our initial things we're doing to show what our vision is, you'll see my photo with chicken on one side, and then you'll see the orange nostrils on another side. If we grow what we eat, in terms of poultry, it has a chain of different things you do there. The chicken feed is one thing you can do. What is chicken feed? Chicken feed is largely beans and corn mixed together with other smaller components that you can put together. So you will find out that if you engage the women with growing beans, which is just 3 months. I did it last year. Some community, I've always let to mention Qualita, where from Izoda district, where the late Gabriel Pole comes from. I gave them 1 bag of beans, they were able to produce 14 bags. I
hope we will have some of these people who are listening to call in later on.
I hope Radio Toyota was Mazota was on, so they will listen. Somebody can
reach.
Maybe Radio Banga can reach.
I wanted to call. Actually, listening is one thing, but calling is another.
Of course, yes.
Honorable Karfiah is our guest. I see Paul Kimin Kekula is watching the show. Collie Benedict Kuba, the incoming senator, reading. Jacob Saki Jr., Radio Tututa is relaying thanks to the folks at Radio Tututa. Julie Runway, good afternoon. I'm following you live from Johnsonville. Ashapon Ernestina, I have Vodafone, somebody's selling here on the page. We'll get our IT people to take it off. Chris Saki, Honorable Karfiah, the brain behind Bong County. Thank you so much. There's Chris Saki. Alan Polomo. Polomno. All right. I thought the Polymer family from Winsil.
No, it's Polomno.
You are a true leader. You know the person?
Of course, I know Alan Porno. When you pronounce the Alan Porno, it rings bell for me.
All right. You're a true leader, he says. You are humbled and peaceful. Chris Saki comes back. I'm watching from Police Academy. This is Bong County politics. We're going to a bit of Liberian politics here on the national political scene, but let me just go to Bobby F. Wine. Good afternoon. I'm following you from Dupont Road, and I'd like the Bong County people to get involved with the conversation here on 99.9 and many frequencies around Liberia, and especially in Bong County. I just want to say
it's rescue, rebuild, and restore.
Rescue, rebuild, and restore. So rescue, like the rescue team of
no, that is quite different. I started this thing in 2021. You know, the idea.
Yeah, I know. I told you in Swakoko. You took back at the 2020.
That was then. I'm now on a train this time.
So you're
now on that train. No, I'm now on that train.
Okay, that's another issue for another time.
Then put that aside.
Okay.
I'm clear. I'm not.
We'll go to that.
Of course.
So, the rescue team brought it closer. So I thought there was a report.
I started my rescue team around.
You will tell us why you left the train, or whether you were on the train. But whatever the case,
my party decided
rescue.
We decided as a party, the People's Unification Party, that we were supporting the Congress, the Coalition of Democratic Change. As a party, and I'm a party president, I cannot do anything other than.
And your party president, you can do anything, but your party chairman says no. Sam Koga.
Of course, that was about internal wrangling. He know that the party he's supposed to.
So it's settled.
It's settled a long time.
All right. So rescue, restore, and what? Rebuild. All right.
So we're basically talking about after the baseline survey a year, we found out that everything was surrounding poverty, and it was the building block of the society, which was the family that was affected most. You go to the villages, most of the fathers no longer able to provide for the community or for the family. So the basic criteria for anybody, being a father or family, to survive is for you to provide economic, social, and moral support. So the economic support is no longer there. By that, the family is scattered. The woman is on her own trying, maybe finding food for she and the children, and the man is frustrated, finding something to do. Maybe he plays checker or wherever he goes, or he wanders his way into the farm, just there looking for nothing, but come by in the evening frustrated, and then the family union is not strong anymore. That was the result of the survey we did across the county. How do we solve this problem? As a social being, we tend to say the missing link is economic support. How do we find way really gender the men to find money in maybe the short to medium term? And then that's how this orange thing came about. We know that if our man is an orange farmer, if he had one lot, a lot when you're planting 15 feet, that 15 feet, you have around 28, 29 trees on a lot. So our plan is 4 years, because the breed we brought is 4 years. So we give you 28 or 29 trees every year you plant, which will allow you to prune inside effectively, efficiently in short period of time. And after 3 to 4 years, the 4th year it starts to bear. In the 4th year, you have planted 4 lots, which is 1 acre. And we do outgrower. We don't want congested farms, we call mechanized farms. So we want each family to be a part of this process. So if you have, as a rare, to have 100 trees, which is around 28 times to 100, 28 times 4 will give you 100 something. But given that some will die, so you have between 100 to 75 that will survive. Given that you plant the small, a lot per year. So most of it, if you look at it, and if there's problem, you'll be able to make sure that it doesn't die. So you have more survival rate, and as a result, you have between 75 to 100. If you have 100 trees, even 75, worst case 75 trees of oranges, no orange tree gave you less than 10 bags. No orange tree gave you less than 10 bags. But worst case scenario, get 5 bags. If you have even 50 trees, 50 trees, 5 bags will give you 5 times 50 will be 250 bags. A bag, which is a 50 kg around October will sell for around 2,000 Liberian naira in a village. If you calculate that, 2 times 250 will give you almost 500,000.
Wow.
That is something that is able to feed the family for a whole year.
So we'll go to I like the orange story.
On the other side is the beans for the women or the chicken.
The orange story sounds interesting, and too good to believe. But it starts by you going to Sierra Leone, then later on you go to Ghana.
Yes.
Where does it end? The selling in the market, that's all?
Of course, you got so much to do about it. So take this. If the plan goes well, like we say, each year we bring at least 1 million seeds and plant. If we have 1 million seedlings to put in a field every year, by the 4th year we have 4 million trees. If you have 4 million trees, you need to just go to the bank with a cooperative together and say we need a factory in Toyota, for example, or Banga. The bank will go and build, manage, and transfer. So
that's a cooperative doing,
of course,
benefits like you have
do an all grower, but then you put them to you put group of farmers together, you put in a cooperative, and that cooperative with the bank going to see that you got 4 million trees in the field that will produce you thousands.
What is your reliance on cooperatives? Is that working for other countries in the sub-region?
Of course, yes, it's working for other people. Even in our country, smaller cooperatives are surviving. Before I came here, we funded 2 cooperatives. I got one in a leper colony called Kwatika Africa, which is the local NGO. It's a cooperative, but it's a local NGO. We're doing different things there. We're growing highway pigs. We're doing swamp farming. We also do fish.
Is it working? Is this
It's working. We have a partner from America called Eric Henson. He's perhaps listening to me. Our program manager is called John Plo. He might be listening to me right now. Just outside SKD leper colony, you know leper colony. It survived there, and we have now left leper colony and going to different communities, digging hemp palms and giving assistance to our needed population. In Batala
Radio, ERBC Radio. This is the Bamba Show. Thursday, 20th of July. 82 days to national elections. We have Honorable Edward W. Karfiah. I always find with
Edward Warman.
What's the meaning of Warman?
Warman is meaning his business.
Oh, Warman. Edward Warman Karfiah. The microphone has some shakiness. But sir, there are people. I've listened to people across the country. I don't want to say it, but our ears are on the grounds. And some people subscribe to, if I send my child to school for 2 semesters or 2 years and he didn't make it, I'll put him out of school and bring stranger in to take. That's what's happening in the county now. People believe that you didn't do well as representatives, so you better be out so that people who are not from Bong County come and take the job.
Of course, that's politics. But I can tell you on the ground, the truth is you have to be rooted to win a county called Bong.
Okay.
It's not sure. You've been there. You know the county you're talking about. And you've been there, your ears are on the ground, you see the truth, you hear the truth. Somebody came with a bubble, and I think the bubbles, there were few bubbles flying here. Most of them are burst. Bubble always burst.
They don't last.
They don't last. The environment is harsh for it because it's strange in the environment, so it bursts just within few minutes.
So, but why don't you just say, since they say, "Look, I failed and I can go back"?
Well, who say I failed?
Why you don't give it to Rennie Jackson or let Dr. Topa stay there?
This is competition.
Okay.
And I respect the Dr. Henry from Motoba. He's my father. I cherish him. We felt that we could give him a chance to go and serve. And I think the old man has done his part. It's about serving and then give a chance.
So you want to stay in the school? If considering
the House of Representatives and Senate, they are similar but not identical.
Okay.
The Senate is the House of Elders. That's where you have a semi-presidential power, where you decide how government is formed and which way they are laid.
But you still have the check and balance. You had the opportunity in the House.
Do you have the same
confirmation?
Do you have that?
Or the way you're going?
No, I thought
No, you don't have
you
that.
tell me.
No, you don't have that. So
That's why I said you need presidential power. Yeah,
but you can
you confirm. Then the person is appointed.
You confirm or you.
Of course, you have seen many examples of people who refuse and you say your character does not tell us that you can do this job.
So you do better at the Senate.
Of course, yes.
Then
Look at those.
Probably want to talk about the state.
Look at. Of course, that's your choice. If you chooses to say. You want him to stay. This democratic process. You could vote for our father, and then the greater number.
Rennie Jackson.
If you look at the configuration of the Senate, those who are graduating the Senate of recent, you find out that you have more experienced people going there, and they are performing.
Okay.
So the postulation is that if indeed the person experienced from the House of Representatives and graduate to the Senate, they do more as compared to coming as a newcomer.
Oh, so you prefer to go and learn at the House of Representatives?
Of course, yes.
Than to go and learn at the Senate?
Of course, yes.
All right, so
because you have a bigger space.
I haven't seen the list, provisional list from Bong County. Here there are 9 persons, 10.
Of course, 10. I honestly we are 10.
10 and Bima, what's her name?
Sis Pinge Bima.
Pick Bima.
Thank you.
Rennie Jackson. We have Rennie Jackson. We have Pinke Bima. We have Dr. Tukpa, and we have you. All right. What about Francis Siaka?
No, he's not running this time. I think I heard he wanted to try his the presidential side, but I didn't think he made it.
But maybe since it's professional, maybe the final list will bring his name. But this is ERBC Radio. I will not give you the opportunity. I'm not sure what Karfiah said most of the things you wanted to say.
Of course, you cutting me into it. I want to collect everything.
What I would do before I open the lines, let me give you the opportunity to abbreviate your plans.
Yes, let me have
so then in 5 minutes time I open the lines.
Thank you.
Yeah. So callers, I will get to you. I see you the one making me to cut the net off to put you on. A lot of persons calling into the show. But this is ERBC Radio and many other radio stations around Liberia. I would call him the Orange Revolution man. Henry W. Karfiah, Representative District 5 is here.
You say story, Henry, but it's not bad. Henry Yala Edward Karfiah were synonymous names in Bong County. So
Henry Yala, you my brother too. We all from Bangladesh. So, but again, there's another way of recognizing. I thought your brother went to ANC.
Of course, yes. You know, the democratic thing is.
Everybody looking for a way to fit in. So let me give you some time.
You know, just long story short, our thing is. Handout versus sustainable livelihood program, we'll always pick sustainable livelihood program. If we are going to give you an orange to plant, if you have an acre, it will take you 30, 40 years to go. Some oranges you saw in Banga when you're growing us today, they are still there.
Mm-hmm.
So they stay for 50 or more years. So if we're able to give somebody those seedlings and they plant it, in 4 years they start to harvest, it means we have sustained income for our country, not just for the individual. Because if you look at the aggregate, the total sum, if you have 50,000 person producing, you know, like if you look, just Google orange producing countries. You see the number of farmers per acre, and then you see the total output in terms of country. If you go to visit, they export around 17 to 18 million tons of orange every year. Every year, 17 to 18 million tons every year. Followed by China. Before you come to Egypt, in Africa, you got Egypt, you got Morocco. Before coming to West Africa here, where along the way you need Ghana. Certainly just coming, but they're not even on a
map.
Of course, we want to do that. It's something that is doable because the soil is fertile and they accept it, so we can be able to grow it. You do it, Sierra Leone, we can do it more. Our soil is even better as compared to Sierra Leone. We can do that, and we can. If Bong County can be the hub to produce orange, and we are already called the Orange County, then of course we name by our name. They say, could you name birds by how they even grow? So what I'm saying here today is that we are picking sustainable livelihood program versus handouts. That's why you go to Banga, we're telling you we're doing drill water. We also did the electricity project in Banga. We were able to collaborate with Jungle Power, and we were able to provide current for the community. That will last for years.
How are you providing current?
We partner with them in a project that to carry the
You buying poles?
We bought poles, we bought transmitter.
A transformer,
transformer rather. We bought 10 kV transformer. You go to
that's for a whole community.
A whole community. So 100 kV, not 10 kV, 100 kV transformer in Chief Kopang. You go there, you will see it. And other communities around will be.
What about opening roads?
Of course, yes.
You open roads?
Plenty.
All right.
I don't know who have done roads in Bong in terms of rehabilitation more than Karfiah.
I know Prince Moy was doing road.
No, I think the senator, my brother,
he been next to you.
I don't know.
Henry Yellow was doing road too.
Of course, he did that. But I have started from Farmer. Almost all the roads in Farmer we did. We went down into Sanaye, went down into Salala, some part of Salala, and then into Yilikwale, and then some part of Jokwale.
So you've limit. Can I let the people who participate on the show?
Oh, sure. My thing is sustainable livelihood program, which we think can be able to go for the long run as compared to handouts.
Giving handouts. ELBC Radio. The lines are now opened. You can call in, or I bet I need to repeat the number. 088. I can't even. You can wait. 080514096. ELBC number. I want to give you an alternative number. 0777-517-882. Let your calls begin to roll in. I'll be glad to take you. And then, hello.
Isaac, good evening, and I would like to say a very big thank you to our senator.
Sir, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Fode Edward Famula, calling from Foreman District 7.
Fode Famula, familiar name. Your name on the provisional listing too?
Yes, as an independent.
Oh, independent. All right. So you've been listening to Honorable Edward W. Karfiah. What's your import?
I think Karfiah has done a lot of different developmental initiatives in the county. As I speak to you, I'm aware of the health center being built in Totota. I'm aware of a clinic that we collaborated on in DA. That project will be dedicated to the people. We brought with Karfiah help the people of Walmart and boast of all of their roles when open. With Karfiah's help, there have been women in Walmart and Stanley District that have benefited beans.
You know about the orange? He spoke a lot about orange. The orange revolution. No, you're walking to the line and follow with all due respect, sir. So let's conclude.
Yeah, to conclude, I would like to say that he has done a lot, and we as political leaders in Lower Bong have agreed to unanimously support his bid. You have young people who have influence on all walks of life. I believe our county have the requisite experience to provide leadership for our county, and of course, we're going to support him. We can tell him, say he should go and sleep. We are going to vote for him, our parents, our children, and everyone.
Don't tell him to go sleep then. Let him be in the field with you. But thank you so much. You are contending for what? District 7?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Familiar name, a friend too, on your BC radio. Let me go to this line. Hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Philip Widow, and I do join conversation with Strong Town.
All right, Philip, go ahead.
Close to our senator. Good afternoon. Thank you. You know, I've been carried by a word. It motivates me every time I think of you. No, you're a leader. That leader.
All right, Philip. Okay, Philip. Philip, bye-bye.
Hello.
You say you support him?
No, he's one person that just was recent calling us students. 8 students were denied just of graduation, but he stood in pocket.
All right. Okay. All right, Philip. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful time in Swakoko. Hello.
Hello, Axel, and hello to the incoming senator.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, my name is Joe Coletta Pana King, and I join you from the reservoir of Bana. I said my day had been made. If I was not going to call on the show, I was not going to participate in the electoral process come on to attend. But listening to Senator Karfiah, I'm not even calling him representative because the seat of the senator is now awaiting at the Liberian Senate. You know, Carter has never said anything better than what he just said. I think my date is me.
All right, Joe. You said you call from where? You said you call from where?
I call from Bana.
Bana, I like that. Thank you. Let me take a. Thank you, sir. You made your point. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is it ELBC?
Go ahead. This is ELBC.
My name is Eugene Clay, and I do from you from District No. 5 Bong County.
Eugene Cully.
District No. 5 Bong County.
Is that Eugene Cully on the provisional listing?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or you're running to be represented in District 5? District 5.
District No. 5, yeah.
So it's an open field, right?
Yeah, sure. It's an open field because our mentor, voted Senator of Bong County.
And you want to replace him?
Yeah, sure. That is something I can tell you is 100%.
You're in the noise. If you call back, that would be good. You're in the noise and you. This is ELBC Radio. Go to the telephone line. Hello. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. You can engage it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still Dolo Molva calling from Lapasi.
Go ahead, Mama.
Okay, I'm a Bongi from Zota District. I want to say good evening to the representative. Okay, Mr. Onokaka is a man that when he talks something, he do it. The district I'm from, he's not from there. He's from Swakoko District. But he built a giant MCA to Nama clinic that the community that I will be using. I know when he talks something, he do it.
Are you registered to voting? Are you registered to vote in Banga? You registered to vote in Bong County?
Oh, no, I'm going back tomorrow.
You registered to vote in Bong County?
I registered, I get my card, and I want a strong man for him there.
All right, thank you. You're busy radio. Thank you. Bye bye. Enjoy Lakpasi. I want tough questions. People calling and commending and praising Honorable Karfiah.
You didn't allow me explain some of my things. That's why the people telling you about different. They're telling you about MCH in Nama. So
yeah, so they go for the cause to say.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Sandra Rai, and I'm from Kakata.
You're on the line. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to the acting senator of Bong County.
Acting senator.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just left from DK Mahmoud. I saw a morning clinic for Bill Karfiah and for the family. So I just want to tell them thank you, and we can't wait to support them. Thank you very much.
To have you on the radio. You said you lower the radio, that'll be good. If you lower the radio, I will take you. If you don't lower the radio, you won't be on. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh my God. Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Jonah Nuli Topa. I call you from Electoral District 4 to be specific, Bangashakola.
Let me hear you.
Yes, sir. Bong County going to be blessed because to have a Elo Karfiah as a senator, it means that we are on the road of total leadership. So there are a lot of things that he has done for our county that you cannot easily honor him. You know?
You going to vote for him in Bong County?
As a senator.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. We'll go to, if I can get some tough questions and some questions that dispute or counter what Honorable Karfiah will say, that'll be good. Because don't hear you responding. The people are saying you. Let me hear from you. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, this is Joe Thompson Ben Bago, calling from Banga City, Bong County.
Good to have you from Banga. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Chico Bong County.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much for the show, Karfiah. I think we are living with you of a lot of development you are doing in Bong. So that health center that cost what you know 1,000 and it will be completed in August. And I want to do that benefit of our Karfiah Scholarship at Cardinal University. Our team PhD on astrology, and I just graduated able to finish my master's degree.
Congratulations. Thank God for you.
So
all right. All right, sir. Chief Compartment. Let me hear you. What's your name?
My name is
you get people calling Banga? But your call you already stopped distorted. I don't know where you are.
Thank you to the incoming Honorable Edson Woman for his numerous work he has done in the country.
All right.
By individual empowerment, he is always number one.
Thank you so much. What part of Bong County is the purple corner?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, chicken. All right. You purple man? None to my Hello. Baba. Yeah.
This is Peter Promoter. I call you from the Maryland Mission in Bagna City.
Good to have you from the Netherlands Mission. Go ahead.
Yeah, we just want to say thank you to Karfiah. As we speak now, we are benefiting. We'll be benefiting from his drilling well. Karfiah he constructed an elementary school in our hometown. In Kokomata on the cemetery road, even as far as cemetery town, the market area where he constructed an annex to a school that has been built there since decades. I'm one of the beneficiaries of Karfiah's assistance. I was on my way to US to education.
All right, let me take you. I will take you. I said, Martin Fofana, I will take you. Thank you so much for the Netherlands company. Banga, go ahead. Yes, sir.
My name is Thomas Walikana Junior. I call from Telatown. And let me say good afternoon.
From Telatown, that's Batala, go ahead.
From Telatown, yes, Telatown. Good afternoon. I was waiting.
Thank you. That's my better bridge.
And let me say, when you go Bong down and you ask for a good leader, you will talk about our elder. Even when we found out that we have suffered a lot for everything that we have paid.
All right. All right. So you're getting us in Telatown. You're in Telatown right now? Telatown?
He's talking because
the network. There's something people gotta do for your people. The network's bad. You know. Let me hear you, sir.
Yes, I'm believing to the incoming senator of Bong County on Karfiah. My name is Martin Fofana. I join you from Ghana City, Bong County.
Okay, go ahead, Martin.
Yes, this is
It's about the line. Mountain, I hope you could get your position changed so that you sound louder and clearer. Hello? Too bad. I can keep you on the line. It's so distorted. Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Subway Jabi and I'm calling from Philly Town in Unicorn District.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say good evening to the Artist Center of Bong County. And I want to thank you for the rural rehabilitation from Batala up to my hometown here in Philly. And all Karfiah have been working seriously when it comes to district number 5. He constructed a clinic in Telatown, built an elementary school in Penga, in Kokoma, and an annex to the school here in Philly. Most besides Karfiah have been very much dedicated to his work, and he has contributed to the livelihood of the people of district number 5 when it comes to health, education, agriculture.
All right, sir. Thank you. Your time is out. If today was the elections, you already senator because almost all the calls you were going to be senator. You acted senator.
I don't know why my opponents are not calling because I felt that they would call and say that all I've said is
so. There's an opportunity for you to call. People who support Pinkett Beaman, Rennie Jackson, my woman, Dr. Tukpa. Why are you not calling? You're good to call on the show and tell us why not Karfiah and why you or why your candidate. He has nothing to say because everything you're saying in his favor. I wish you could call and give him some tough times here on the show. Hello? Good afternoon. Oh my God, I'm trying to get you. Go ahead.
Hello, you getting me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see a number of things I will listen to, but the people of District 5 are so much disappointed in our Karfiah. Our people voted
in 2011, you pretended to be an orphan to our people, and there is no school in that like the orphan can go to those who don't have parents. If you don't touch Chicago, we don't have no.
So you want a school for the orphans? If not Edward Karfiah, then who? Hello, sir. I got your point. So if not Edward Karfiah, then who?
We don't we wasn't always free of corruption. We have other songs and Bong that can do better. We have Jackson, we have Mohammed Nasser. Well, other people that can.
All right, you made your point. All right, sir. Thank.
We are giving you the 20 sufficient. You go and sit down and rest.
All right, sir. You will respond to White English School for the offense.
Good afternoon, Big Boy Action.
Yes, sir.
Let me say good afternoon to our acting senator of Bong County. This is the voice of Strongman Johnson. I call for father. You know the working of Onokata in Bong County is unprecedented. There is no one person that will be Onokata in Bong County. Because the young man, he has the maturity, he has the experience, he has the integrity. So with the young people of this country, I mean the portion of the young people, we're going to move left, right, from back to make sure Onokata will be elected or what. Thank you.
All right, so we'll take a few more calls. Like the time is downing on us. Hello? Yeah. Go ahead. Swakoko, yeah, go ahead.
And I want to say good afternoon to the incoming senator.
Yeah, go ahead.
Karfiah is a leader of substance. He is a man who has done a lot of work for us in this issue. And all of what he has said, it is achievable. Evidence by what happened here at the Union at the level colony.
All right.
That center is the an area of agriculture activities.
Okay, thank you, sir. We abbreviate the call because of the time and the lines are blinking so much. We'll take. Hello, sir. We have you on too long. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. You come from? Go ahead.
Currently, we are finished of people in Bangla. We'll be providing a lot of people for the skillful program that is run by us through our Karfiah office. They are up to their somewhere around 1,000 plus. We'll be providing there soon. This is some leader will leave our practice. That's why our people here are fishing.
But you got anybody giving hand out? You got anybody giving money to people?
Yeah, but we don't see what is people are for the people.
All right, thank you. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Kakra. Good day from Nama. I just want to tell Kaka thank you. Even though I didn't hear you talk about it, but the distribution of drugs today in Bong County, which where my town was a very help to the clinic there, and people I brought it for it. And we don't have the time to thank you.
In Nama? In Nama?
Yeah, in Nama.
All right. Thank you.
So I just want to say thank you. The town will thank you for what you did.
This number keep calling in here. Okay, go ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead.
You are busy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Nelson Esra from Morovia. City of Bong County. I want to say the honor man, thank you very much. Thank you for being we are here for him and somebody who raised in the district. Even during our program in Morovia, we have we press our affair with all. But the second launch is send someone there to represent him. So we are still anticipating the pledge that he did to the program there from our public to know about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Yeah, hello, this is Martin Elcoli. I call from the Ganga Highway in Banga.
Okay, Martin.
Honorable Karfiah is a very strategic planner. This is a man that I think when we get him as a senator, we as Bongis will be so much blessed. Matter of fact, that his work across the country in agriculture, education, and so on can prove that he is a leader that we can depend on. And tell Bong County people that we should be able to be very much forceful when it comes to pushing this man, that we can be able to be a better county, because
all right, Mountain.
Enough.
All right, Mountain. I will take Karfiah. Got some indications that we'll go 5-10 more minutes on the show. That's the indication I'm getting. Let me take Karfiah and I'll come back to the telephone. Hello.
Thank you so much, Isaac. I want to say thank you to the people of Bong County for calling in. Sometimes saying some of the things we didn't say. We'll continue to do those things that will help elevate our people, elevate our county and our country. As a leader, you don't just think just for your surrounding. We are thinking for our people, for our community, and our country. Let's take a look at what we're talking about with a vision. If it is implemented, it will even lower our trade deficit, because it will help us to keep our loan, like US dollar, we can keep here. Because if you're going to Sierra Leone to buy orange, for example, you don't carry Liberian dollars, you carry US dollar. So but maybe you'll be buying it for $20 or $30 in Sierra Leone to come and sell it here. But at $20, if it is kept here, cumulatively it's money for you. But you took it from here and carry to Guinea to buy beans, for example, you're also creating strain on the economy. So the rate goes up high, encourage inflation. So the best we can do, let's produce. We do something in simple economics called import substitution. So if we buy rice from outside and we started growing rice here, it means we'll be substituting the outside rice with the rice we grow here. That is the idea we want to try, which will be able to help our economy grow, create more jobs, and help the community and help our country. For me, my young brother called from Batala, and I must appreciate Mr. Gama for calling, to muster the courage to call in a town where if you were to go there to vote today, Batala is where I grew up. So there are very few there. They will not be on my side, but I respect them. Before I became representative, maybe Mr. Gama have forgotten that the derivative we went to was still a junior high school. I have to become representative before we elevated to high school. So if you go along the way, you heard the man say Penga. Penga is the next town from Batala. So we elevated the derivative to high school, to which will allow how much the government school. We don't need a specific school for orphans. If you isolate them and make them say there's a school for orphans, you tend to discriminate. But if we support the government school, which we did, before I became representative, it was junior high, Federal Elementary and junior high. That's what I went to. But I became representative and took it to high school. Today, the orphans children can go to the Federal and remain, but I became graduate from high school. That is what we did, and I didn't see the need for me to go and build a separate school for orphans to say there's a school for orphans. No.
Election time is here. The 5th day of August, campaign starts. We'll do more talking.
Of course.
They're also open to other candidates like Ronnie Banama Jackson and Pinky Beamer, all the Bong County people, and all the candidates.
One of my brothers came from Europe. He came here, registered. He called Bright Fallon Saki. He's also contesting.
So Bright Fallon Saki and followers of the other opponents to Honorable Karfiah, you can come to your visit to 1,030 candidates for president, senator, and representatives. We're open to everybody. Your business for us. So the last question time is up on us. PUP supports President Weah?
Of course, yes.
So you support President Weah?
Of course, yes.
Thanks for being here, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right. ELBC Radio, we go home with Honorable Edward W. Karfiah. The radio manager is on my back. The show has ended, but I like to play the song for my good people of Bong County. Hope you all listening. Oh, cool.